Welcome to Your Two Cents, where we tell you our opinion, then ask for yours. With the rumor of an Apple-built cable box, which would supposedly stream live video and have DVR functions, this rumor is making its rounds again. So I got to thinking about television. Now, you wrap that story into the story that both Sony and Microsoft are going the Netflix route and making their own original programming, which would be distributed via their gaming consoles. And it seems like now more than ever, everyone who has a set-top box wants to reinvent television in all new ways. So I ask you guys, how much longer does cable have as king of the video roost, and are consumers ready for something like this? Dan, why don't you start out?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, just like when the airlines got deregulated and people started coming in and bringing in new ideas and such, I think this is the logical next evolution for television. I mean, we've already seen the success of like Netflix with House of Cards and things like that, and Orange is the New Black, and so on and so forth. And I honestly think that I think it's a healthy evolution. I think that it's going to, number one, what's the word I'm looking for? I think it's gonna break open the floodgates for regular television to sort of expand their thinking and not try to force feed the consumer something that all these little focus groups and all their research and papers. It's like going more gut level. You know, it's like I think we're going to see a lot more shows, not zombie shows, but I mean in the vein of like The Walking Dead, of Breaking Bad, of these
with
shows
zombies, right?
With zombies, right?
Okay.
But it'll be
That's what we want these days, zombie shows.
yeah, zombies on every channel. That's
so you think that they're kind of going to be forced into evolving or be left behind in this brave new world of content?
Yeah, I think so, because there's only a limited number of viewers that are going to turn in on any given night. And if you've got all these different things, whoever's got the best programming is going to nab the viewers.
Right.
So that's what I think.
That's another interesting thing, because you say whoever can grab the most viewers, and I feel like we have so many new ways, and they're being invented every day. Now we have content that's coming across the Xbox that it's like, well, now you have to make sure that the viewer owns an Xbox and pays for Xbox Live to get this show. So does that mean that audiences are also going to just be splintered and it's just going to blow everything apart? Lewis, you
Right. It sounds like it might get a little bit more confusing before we get to TV 2.0, for lack of a better word. You know, like so you're gonna have Netflix if you want to watch House of Cards, Orange is the New Black, right? Then you're gonna have Microsoft, and they're gonna have some exclusive shows. I think Halo is one of the shows that with Steven Spielberg was directed or whatnot. And now Sony's going down the same route. So it's kind of like, all right, if you want to watch Halo or that's whatever show they come up with, you're going to need to have an Xbox One. Yeah. Maybe at first you will. Maybe once it gains popularity, they'll let you stream it somehow. But the point is, you're going to be a fan of so many shows, and there are going to be so many ways to watch it, but there's going to be a lot of exclusives, and it might force people to pay more, actually, because I mean, if it's an exclusive and you really like it, you're going to have to pay more for it. I mean, look at what they're doing with House of Cards now, where Comcast was charging, what was it, like $4 or $3 a show or something along those lines? An episode, yeah. So it's kind of like, all right, like if you're a big fan of that show, you're going to have to pay up for it, and you're just going to have so many options that it might get a little too confusing, I think.
See, exactly, like with this kind of splintering and so many things being created, I kind of feel that this will actually prolong cable's life, because cable is a one solution and done. You pay for cable, you get a lot of shows, you get a lot of good shows, you get a large assortment of shows, and, there's a lot of garbage there too, but there's no... It's just the easiest route, you know what I mean?
Right.
So like everyone else is offering these little things, and no one's going to want to cut the cord, because first everyone who wants to cut the cord always thinks, well, how can I get the things that I'm watching on cable on the internet?
Right.
And you can't think of it that way. These are now it's a new content generating system.
Right.
We have to get past that. But that's what everyone's locked into. They want to know how they get their shows here. And then even if you do decide to cut the cord, it's like, okay, now I have to have Netflix, and I have to have an Xbox, and I have to have Roku, and I have to subscribe to Hulu Plus, and I have to do this. Or I pay one company, one fee, and I have one box that gets me a lot of stuff.
If
So
you go the other route, you might end up spending more money than you would using a basic cable plan.
yeah, right? Yeah.
Well, now here's the only thing I have to say on this subject. If Xbox does their own network and does their own shows, they are absolutely missing the boat if they don't do a version of Microsoft Office. And get Steve Carell in there.
Well, that's our 2 cents. What's yours, viewer? Tell us what you think about cable. Are its days numbered? If so, why? Tell us all that in the comments below. For DealNews.com, along with Luis Ramirez and Dan Ledbetter, I'm Jeff Summigy. Goodbye.